Welcome to episode 1 on series 1 of the Terminal Clarity podcast. I'm your host, Nick, and I want to give you a vision and a perspective from somebody living with a disease that they're going to die with and they're going to live with to help you see your vision of life a little bit more clearly. And today I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to start from the end at the same time. Let me explain. I've been meditating, thinking about, pondering the concept of arriving at a destination in life. Because when you're challenged to face a clock that's ticking on your life, you have to start thinking about seats that you're not going to sit in, things you're not going to experience in life, and how can you find happiness in the moment. But I think that's a challenge for all of us. Whether we're going after a new career, whether we're in a career striving for the next promotion, whether we're looking to start a family, I think a relationship is a great perspective to think about that almost everybody can put themselves in, whether they're dating, whether they're looking, whether they're married already. I think the analogy I really like to reflect on is when you get in a relationship and you find the right person. It's not about putting the ring on their finger. It's about being in the moment with them. Because starting from the beginning with that person is the end. You have found them. You've found somebody to spend the rest of your life with. And you've arrived at the relationship you've been looking for. But the arrival isn't putting the ring on her finger, and it's not getting the ring put on your finger. It's the process of meeting them, of dating, of talking, of bringing a better version of yourself that they've pushed you to bring. So I want to apply this to life as well. Whether you're going after a new career or you're looking for something to start upon, maybe it's working out, maybe you're looking to get more disciplined or motivated, you can start right now. And I want to help you find presence. So let's reflect. I challenge you to think about that time in your life. That start. For me, it's this podcast. Buying the gear, setting it up, finding the social media. It's a challenge. It really is to get everything together to the point where you have crystal clear audio, video. It's something I've always thought about. But planning that is part of my journey. And this is episode 1. I don't have an outline. I don't have a script. I'm not reading words off a paper. I'm just sharing my raw, free-flowing thoughts because I want to. And that's the point of this podcast, to give you that perspective. Now, if you're going through something or you're going through a change that you want to transform, how do you start? You can start right now. There is no waiting to arrive at your destination. Let's take a trip, for example. If you were in life and you were planning a trip and you had bought your ticket, do you walk through TSA wondering if you're going to get to the destination? Sure, maybe your flight's delayed. But nobody goes to the airport thinking, oh, today's the day I might not make it there. We go expecting the vacation. We're looking forward to the hotel. We're looking forward to the meals, to spending time with others, to getting away from work. Maybe we're just looking forward to the silence if we're going by ourselves. So why do we do the opposite in life? We're always looking for the end. We're looking forward to flying home. We're looking forward to the 15 seconds that we have of the success. So take my perspective. If I'm never going to arrive in some seats in life, whether it's friends' weddings, family members' weddings, dinners, people I have never met, I'm never going to meet, I might never meet, or maybe I will. We're all living that life. And I just want to share that perspective of you of somebody who's been challenged concretely. You're challenged in just the same way. There's chairs you might never end up in, never sit in, people you might never talk to. There's moments you might not arrive in. So don't look forward to the 15 seconds of accomplishment that comes. Be proud of yourself right now, that you found presence, that you found something to work towards, because you can become that and you can embody that right now. No one is stopping you. Take pride in what you've set out to do. And I want to share a final reflection to just kind of illustrate this concept that you don't have to start something crazy. You don't have to start something, you don't have to start the next Amazon. You don't have to start the next Walmart because the value is in yourself. Once you find that version of yourself that's chasing the authentic thing, you have arrived. There is nowhere else to go. Finding presence in the moment, in the part of the journey you're in, is where life happens. Do not get lost thinking about the future, because while you're planning other things, that's when life happens. Life happens when you're planning the future activities, when you're looking forward to other things. It's always someday. Right now we're getting married. Then we're going to have kids. Then we're going to have grown-up kids, and they'll have beautiful families, and we'll sit around while we're 65, talk about life and reflect on when you were a child. But right now, you might be parenting that kid. You might be that kid. Be where you are today in order to arrive in your future. Because that future might never come. That arrival, you might never touch down from that vacation that you're on. And the people that surround you on this journey are so important. Those people are filling seats that you need to find gratefulness in. You can choose to find gratefulness in. For me, it's my mom. When I sit across from my mom, I know someday there'll be a seat that she won't be in. And I think about that really profoundly, and it's really changed my perspective on enjoying people. Because I look up to her. I looked up to how she treats people. I look up to how we connect. I look up to how she treats me. No matter what, I can count on her. But someday, one of us isn't going to be in our seats. And the only reason I've had to change that perspective is after being diagnosed. Before, it was her that was going to be gone. But now I'm challenged by, what if it's me? And how does that look for her? That's a deep, deep moment to sit in while you're drinking coffee with your dog on the couch. Because when you think about the people in your life that you share moments with, those are those people, back to that analogy, that you're taking that trip with. Those are the people that make life worth living. So today, I want you to sit in your seat. Sit in that seat and be proud of who you are. Enjoy that other person. Because if we start from the beginning on this show, we have to start from somewhere knowing we might not get to the end. And I know I might not get to the end. I might not start this and be able to finish it. But I want to share along the way the reflections of someone who has those thoughts being challenged to them in front of them. Because you do too. No matter what your health status is, your financial situation, we're all beginning. Every day is a new beginning. And we're all ending. And we're all arriving in a new seat every day, multiple times per day. So what are you going to do with that seat while it matters? Arrive in that seat. Arrive. Don't feel as though you have to be something before you sit there. Be present in who you are, because you have arrived in that moment if you're present. There is nowhere else to be. Make an impact with who you are in that moment and embody that future version of yourself. That future version that isn't scared of already being what you want to become. But be present, because there is nothing else that we have beside the present moment. And I want to leave you with this. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been a dream of mine to start this. This is episode 1. And the biggest takeaway that I want you to take from this is that you are enough in the seat that you are in. And I'm struggling to embrace that myself. So I'm going to go along with you in this 10-part series on episode 1, Friday, May 1st. What could you have been before you were it? What can you be before you've arrived?